All right. I am going to call this meeting to order of the Scottsdale Development Review Board. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome. The purpose of the Development Review Board is to maintain the quality development in Scottsdale by reviewing all design aspects of proposed development and the relationship of its design components to the surrounding environment and community. The board also reviews all preliminary plats for subdivisions to assure conformance to policies and ordinance requirements. Okay, roll call. Caitlin?
Councilwoman McAllen,
Present.
Vice Chair Brand,
Here.
Commissioner Joyner,
Here.
Board Member Pieser,
Here.
Board Member Fakih, Board Member Mason,
Here.
Board Member Robinson,
Here.
6 present. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. So with that, we have no, unless there's anybody wanting to talk that hasn't filled out card. I don't see anyone. We don't have anybody for non-agendized comment, so we will wait till we get to agendized. At this time, we will have administrative report.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Councilwoman McAllen, members of the board. Just want to note that our next regularly scheduled meeting is 2 weeks from now, November 20th. We do have a couple items on that agenda, so hopefully we can see you then. Post that, I think we are looking at just one hearing in December. December 11th is what we're tentatively targeting at this point. So November 20th, December 11th for the next 2 meetings. With that, that concludes my administrative report. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Let's see. Do I have a motion for the approval of the October 9th, 2025 Development Review Board meeting minutes?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. All those in favor? Roll call.
Okay. Councilwoman McAllen,
Aye.
Vice Chair Brand,
Yes.
Commissioner Joyner,
Yes.
Board Member Pieser,
Yes.
Board Member Mason,
Yes.
Board Member Robinson.
Yes.
Motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. And do we want to take public comment before the presentation or after, Brad?
Councilwoman McAllen, we typically do that after both
Okay.
staff and applicant presentation.
Excellent. Okay. Well, then on the regular agenda, item number 3 is 41DR 2024, Fifth and Goldwater mixed use. Okay. And Commissioner Brandt is recusing himself from this item.
Good afternoon, Councilwoman McAllen, Commissioner Joyner, and board members. Greg Bloomberg with Current Planning here to give you an introductory presentation for Case 41DR 2024, which is the Fifth and Goldwater mixed use. My presentation is going to focus primarily on the site design and a few elements, other elements related to site, and then the applicant's presentation will get more into the building design. So the site is located at the northwest corner of Indian School and Goldwater. It encompasses approximately 3.5 acres. To the east is single story, a lot of retail and office uses. Most of the buildings in that area are either 1 or 2 story. And then of course we have the canal along the, just to the north of the site. This is an older aerial. All these buildings have been demolished, but it was previously home to a hotel. There used to be a Village Inn there, and there used to be some commercial retail, but that has all been demolished. So a quick summary, as I mentioned, this is a 5-story mixed-use development. The request includes a location for public art, which I will show you momentarily. All the parking for the project, with the exception of a few at-grade spaces, is provided in a 5-level parking garage with 1 level sub-grade. So there's a couple of key pedestrian improvements that are being done with this project. One is a publicly accessible plaza space and a pedestrian connection from Indian School to 5th Avenue. Both of these were requirements of the zoning case, and I will also get into those in just a moment. And no public comment has been received to date. So I've kind of combined 3 slides into one here, site plan / landscape plan / public art location plan. So just real quick, I'll just show you. This is the public art location right at the intersection of the northwest corner of Indian School and Goldwater. And I'm going to show you a little more information on that in just a minute. But what we've got basically here is retail along the street frontages. The garage will be eventually concealed by the project's buildings, and then a lot of residential in this area here, and of course streetscape and landscaping improvements. Primary access, oops, don't want to go that far. Primary access to the garage, or actually this is secondary, I believe, on Goldwater, but primary access will come off of Fifth Avenue. As you can see, there's kind of a court here where people can park. Both of those access points do go into the garage. So this is just for reference purposes. This is the sculpture that at least tentatively has been selected for the site. It has gone through phase 1 of the public art process. I show you this just so you can consider it in terms of the location, because that's your purview today. You know, it is a rather tall structure. It looks like it's probably in the area of 15 to 18 feet in height. It has been located so that it's outside any kind of site triangle or corner safety triangle. But again, I just wanted to show you this so you can have the context when considering the location for the public art. Projects in the Old Town area are not required to provide open space, but this project does, of course, provide some open space because it is residential. There's 3 significant spaces for the project. The first I mentioned is the publicly accessible plaza down here at the southeast corner of the project for the public art. And then centrally, there's a large open space area for amenities for the residents. And then I mentioned a publicly accessible plaza space that used to be located up here at this location where the Flex building is proposed. Actually, I think it's been removed at this point, but it's going to be relocated to this location here. And that will be, again, publicly accessible and will contain seating elements and a shade tree. Forgive me as I use this crazy mouse. And then the circulation plan, a couple of key things to point out here. Street sidewalks will be significantly widened. There's going to be a 14-foot sidewalk along Goldwater, a 10-foot sidewalk along Indian School Road. And then this is the pedestrian connection I mentioned earlier. This was required from the zoning case, and it is a 6-foot sidewalk. One of the things that I can go back to the landscape plan if you want to see it, but there will be a series of trees to shade this connection as well as pedestrian scale lighting. So it will be an inviting connection, a good mid-block connection for pedestrians from Indian School to Fifth Avenue and vice versa. And also proposed is a crossing, and also required by the zoning case, is an enhanced crossing at Fifth Avenue that will connect people to the sidewalk on this side of the north side of Fifth Avenue and eventually to the canal space. We do have a revised stipulation that I want to make you aware of, and if there is a motion to approve this case, I would ask that you please include this revised stipulation in the motion. I'll just read it verbatim. Stipulation D, a minimum of 50% of proposed trees shall be a minimum of 3-inch for single trunk and 1.5-inch for multi-trunk per section 10.501 of the zoning ordinance. The added language is the orange language. All trees along the perimeter street frontages shall be a minimum 2-inch caliber and 36-inch box size. So please make sure that it gets included in the motion if there is a motion to approve. That concludes staff's presentation. I will, unless there's questions for me, I'll turn it over to the applicant team for their presentation.
Any questions, commissioners? Okay, not at this time.
All right, hello. I'm Janet Kwan with Nelson Partners, 15210 North Scottsdale Road in Scottsdale. And thank you, Greg, for presenting the project and actually just with working with us throughout the process. And also Chairman, Councilmember, DRB members, we just thank you for allowing us to present our project today. One of our goals when we started this project was just to take an underutilized intersection at Indian School and Goldwater and transform it. We wanted to create a building that would provide a high-end, elevated living experience, and not just for the residents, but for anybody who came to this site as well. And so for that reason, we have provided engagement along all of the street frontages. And Mr. Bloomberg had kind of mentioned what some of those are. Let me just kind of get to our site plan. But yeah, as he mentioned, we do have retail all along Indian School, a portion of Indian School, and all along Goldwater. We have a flex building, which is retail along Fifth Avenue as well. And we've just continued to provide connections, as he mentioned, for public amenities. He talked about the southeast corner of our site where we have the public artwork and that plaza, as well as the connection to the west off of Fifth Avenue. I kind of wanted to walk you through just some of the materials. It probably shows up a little bit better in the renderings that you're looking at. This is at the location of the public art plaza. And we've tried to use elevated materials in what we're doing as well. So we have a lot of brick on the project, which kind of harkens back to Old Town, Scottsdale, historic buildings. We have fiber cement panels, some metal panels, as well as some areas of stucco and areas that are not as public facing. But you just kind of see from this that we really are trying to engage this intersection. And this is continuing also along Goldwater. You're looking at the retail on the lower levels, and in accordance with, the zoning ordinance, we are stepping the building back. We are providing some lounge areas for the residences that are really just viewing decks, and we have one of those that occurs at Goldwater and also another one along Fifth Avenue. Here again, you're looking at some of those retail that's along Goldwater. This an area, whether it's a restaurant or some other retail, right at the north portion of Goldwater. And at the entry court for the project is off of Fifth Avenue. And again, just keeping with the elevated luxury kind of living, we have an entry court that has a fire feature. We've got brick, some fluted tile at the entry, and really just kind of trying to create a high-end feel to the project. And then this is just a kind of closer up view at that plaza. So we have the project team here with us and would be happy to answer any specific questions that you might have on this project.
Okay, questions? No questions? Wow. Okay, I actually have a question.
All right, thank you.
I think you said elevated connection between the project and like a walkway. What does that walkway look like to the canal over Fifth Avenue? Is
yeah,
it over, or is it just like a?
It's just a sidewalk, and by elevated, it was more elevated experience, so I didn't mean to imply that the walkway itself or that connection was elevated. Yeah,
Okay.
it is just
Thank
from-
you,
yeah.
because the plans didn't look like that, but when
Right.
you said that, I thought, did I miss something?
No, that was my mistake.
Oh, no, not at all, just interpretation.
Okay.
Okay, excellent. No questions, more than that. It's a lovely project. I will make the comment that I love the feel along Indian School. It kind of continues the higher end that's happening more to the east of Indian School. It kind of continues along with that. And that intersection has needed elevation for a very long time. So you're bringing a beautiful project.
Thank you.
We do have one public comment. No more comments. Or do you have one? Okay.
Correct. Excuse the interior courtyard, that's purely for the residents, is that correct?
Correct, yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
good to know. Looks like a nice design.
Yeah.
I want to commend the applicant. I think I've had the pleasure of seeing this all the way through when I was on DRB and then in planning and now back on DRB. And I just think it's a beautiful project for that area. The materials that they're using are first-class materials. It's truly going to be an asset for Scottsdale. And thank you for the updo on the trees. I fainted when I saw 1-inch caliper trees.
Right.
So thank you very much. And
You're welcome.
I so look forward to seeing it completed.
All right, thank you.
Excellent. Okay, we do have one public comment from Barney Gonzalez.
Yes, my name is Barney Gonzalez. My address, 6349 North Cattle Track Road, Scottsdale, Arizona, 85250. I'm here as to make public comment. Basically, I really like the project. Obviously, this area has needed this project like 35 years ago. And so the induction of the people coming into that area, because that intersection has always been a very important intersection because people are walking across Indian School Road to integrate and walking towards either the canal convergence areas, or they're walking to other areas, in particular into Old Town. And this could be almost like a gateway to this area. I like all the setbacks are completely correct on this. I'm glad architecturally they did that. You know, the setbacks are very important on buildings this scale. It puts in a real nice public part of this intersection, which this intersection was lacking for many, many years. I mean, it was just horrible before. So the best thing I can say also is the shade canopy of any sort is always the best thing for the city. And we, you know, as far as that, there have always been issues. Some people just don't get it, but this developer, this architectural group, they understand it. They're in Scottsdale. They've been in Scottsdale. They've done a lot of work in Scottsdale. They understand that the continuance of providing shade structures and shading is the most important element in living here in the Southwest now. So I really like that. My only concern would be is that and this is not part of a subject of anybody's ability to control, but the thing of it is the art that was selected, I hope that it has less of an impact as far as the visual effect. Maybe it wouldn't be so tall or so big, or would impact that whole plaza area, because I think that plaza as an open area there where the art is going is so important to integrate itself with the rest of the conceptual area of the public moving around in that area, because as the city keeps growing and more events come into Old Town, large events, I see this as kind of more of the introduction to the public area, and I'm just all for that. And I really support this project, and the architects and developers, everybody did a fantastic job. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Gonzalez. Okay. With that, do I have a motion? And if I have a motion, if Mr. Bloomberg could put that slide back up because I didn't memorize it.
I'd make a motion to approve. Move to approve Case 41 DR 2024, including the proposed location of public art per the staff recommendations, stipulations. After finding that the development applications meet the Development Review Board criteria and additional findings of the development of the Old Town area, in addition to include the revised stipulation D, a minimum of 50% of proposed trees shall be a minimum of 3-inch for single trunk and 1.5-inch for multi-trunk per section 10.501 of the zoning ordinance. All trees along the perimeter street frontages shall be a minimum of 2-inch caliper and 36-inch box size.
I'll second it.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded by Commissioner Pieser and Commissioner Joyner. Roll call vote?
Councilwoman McAllen,
Yes.
Commissioner Joyner,
Yes.
Board Member Pieser,
Yes.
Board Member Mason,
Yes.
Board Member Robinson.
Yes.
Motion passes. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you. Congratulations on your wonderful project. I think it is going to be warmly welcomed by the citizens that already live there and everybody that's going to flock to see it literally. So thank you for providing such a great project. Okay. With that being said, do I have a motion for adjournment?
So moved.
Okay. All those in favor? Okay. We're adjourned. Thank you so much.